Yo, this is the Otis Jones Show, the show where I get random topics picked by AI and I get to drunk chat shit and drunk them. You know, get me? I get to chat shit and get drunk and chat about them. You get me? I'm keeping that in. In a bizarre gardening mishap in 2023, a man in New Zealand accidentally grew the heaviest potato in the world. Yeah, fair. Weighing 17.4 pounds. How much is that in stone? I know that 10 pounds is like huge for a baby, so that's like a huge potato. Yeah, I mean, that's like 1.25 stone, man. That's a big potato. So only later to discover through DNA testing that it wasn't actually a potato, but a type of gourd. Gourd? Let me Google what the fuck that is. Right, so it's some big inedible fruit, but the man already named it Doug and gained international media attention before the disappointing revelation. Wait, why is it disappointing? Just because it's inedible? A lot of shit's inedible. It doesn't make it a disappointment, bruv. What's your name? It doesn't say the man's name, but you probably taste butters too, bruv. I promise you, bro, every girl that sucked you off, there's one of them that thinks your thing's inedible, bruv. I remember the first time I got that specific type of intimate act, and I was at a basketball tournament in France, and there was a French girl who was feeling me, and one thing led to another, you get me, and I got to learn what being a man was real early. And then like me and her stayed in contact through like MSN and that, like back in the day. She was like, yeah, it wasn't actually nice for me. Like it was really bad. I was like, fam, you watched me play 6 games of basketball that one day, and then you took me to the side and you, the angel you were, did your business, and then you're blaming me. What's going on? But you know the French like to protest, innit? Alright, so in 2023, a cargo ship called the Dali crashed into Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge. I remember when this happened, actually. The whole bridge went down like a scene from the action movie, but I'm assuming no one died because normally Claude brings up like light-hearted topics, innit? So it says it sent out a mayday warning about losing powers like time before, so everyone had enough times to like take out most traffic from the bridge and no one died, and apparently that's karma Claude into Claude. And this is a key warning that we gotta learn about life, you get me? You gotta always pre-warn about everything. When you come into work hungover, you gotta be like, listen, man's hungover, innit? If you're consistent other times, people will give you the benefit of the doubt. If it's December 6th, which obviously happens to be the first Friday of December, not that I know that off by heart, and you're chatting to a girl and you're like, listen, just so you know, hypothetically, not me, but hypothetically, maybe this happened. Maybe I did No Nut November. So this might be a quick takeaway, you get me? It might be fast food over here. The best you're getting is a Pepe's. I won't give you McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a couple minutes you're in and out the door, but like Pepe's, we sort this out in 15 minutes, you get me? It proper shook me up, that story though, because there's so many bridges in Bristol, bruv. Like you can just be on a bridge at any time and someone can just lose power and you're just in the water, bro. I don't know what the water's like in Baltimore, but in Bristol, you're coming out with minimum 6 eyes. When we put that Colston statue in the river, bro, that Colston statue came out looking like Darth Maul. Apparently girls are worried about mandem zooming into their feet on Instagram, which is why apparently Instagram's coming up with a new feature where it notifies you every time someone zooms in, which is calm, but like, just a word of medical advice. If you're worried about guys zooming into your feet, dip your feet in the River Avon one time. No guy's ever gonna look at them. Can we stop pretending that foot fetishes aren't weird? Everyone's like, you shouldn't king shame, you shouldn't, brother. Feet. The most healthy feet in the world are still sweating in socks all day. Japanese researchers discovered that shoving a finger into a baby's mouth while they're yawning doesn't stop the yawn, instead causes a baby to smile. I didn't know that that was a thing to stop the... Why are you stopping the yawn in the first place? People yawn. Yawning's a normal thing. I remember, bruv, I used to do Kung Fu back in the day, yeah. And we had to like do like sprints and then like press ups every time we yawned. And I'm like, fam, yawning's a normal thing, bruv. Why can't you yawn? He used to always say the same thing. It was like a Mandarin phrase that was, I can't remember what it was. I was bare young. But he used to always say the same thing like over and over again. And it means like, why are you yawning? Why are you yawning? And I was like, brother, because I'm tired, bro. Some of these Kung Fu classes went to 10 p.m. on a weekday, blood. I had primary school to get to the next day. Who's trying to stop yawns? Stop stopping yawns, bruv. So anyway, apparently it causes the baby to smile rather than stops the yawn. What's going on in this topic, bro? It led to a scientific published article named Finger interrupting yawn induces smile. Like facial movements in infants. Oh, catchy name to that article, man. Catchy name. These researchers conducted this study on 22 babies and actually got funding for it. Obviously, sometimes you do scientific experiments that come out with results that make you learn about the human body. And that's fine. We learned something about the human body from this research. I say all that to say, everyone involved in this research, lock them all up, brother. To have interest in the first place, to be like, yo, let's stick our finger in babies' mouths and see if it stops yawns. Shout out to Claude AI though, because this is the real life news that we need to fucking combat. You know what's more alarming? They finished the research. Like, imagine you get an advert in the newspaper and it's like wanting parents and children to come in for scientific research. And then you come in and then you're like, okay, there's a certain payday involved. Let me go in with my child and blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as you go in, they set up cameras and go, stick a finger in your child's mouth. At that point, I got two options. I'm leaving. And as I'm leaving, I'm looking at the other parents not leaving with the most judgmental eyes. And I'm assuming that they're going to be like, actually, from the look he gave us, this is also fucked up. And this should not be happening. And we're going to end this thing right here. Second option is neither option's finishing the thing. The second option is flipping tables, throwing shit at people, going Captain America with the tables, going whoosh, throwing it and then just cutting their faces in half and that. There's no way I could be a baby and grow up and see my name in those experiments. I'm moving away from wherever my parents are at if that's the case, bruv. Putting my finger in my mouth on camera. Nah. I could never be homophobic in my life, bro. If you're gay, you're born gay, and I believe you have the right to be gay. Like, you're born gay, you're born that way. However, from these experiments, there's certain people that were tailored into it. You get me? I'm saying most man them like tits because they were born sucking tits. So then when there's a certain man that was born doing this and then they get tailored, I'm going to end the episode there. This has been the Otis Jones Show.